Hi guys, and welcome back to my read long channel. We are reading Candyfloss by Jacqueline Wilson. We are going to be reading the next chapter today, which is chapter 12. This is all Jacqueline Wilson's own work, just reading it for entertainment and pleasure. And before I completely forget to let you know that chapter 12 starts on page 157 and it ends on 173. So without further ado, let's get going. Chapter 12. Rhiannon was especially sweet to me. She was almost like the old Rhiannon, before she started thinking Margot wonderful. And I felt almost like the old Floss when I still had two homes and I could still see Mum whenever I wanted. We went to play in Rhiannon's beautiful blue bedroom, and it was so peaceful lying back on a soft flowery duvet and seeing the clean white paint and fresh blue ruffles. It felt as if we were floating up into the sky. Rhiannon let me shake all of her snow domes and wind her up her Cinderella musical box and flick from channel to channel on her own little white television. She let me try on all her coolest clothes. She even let me try walking in her brand new boots with pointy toes and real heels. She didn't want to try on my jeans and t-shirt, so I let her wear my birthday present rose quartz bracelet. It looked very pretty on her slim white wrists. I asked her where her friendship bracelet was. I don't know, she said, shrugging. Think I must have lost it. Oh, well, never mind, I said. I will make you another, if you like. Tell you what, we could use that kit I gave you and make each other a friendship bracelet now. Rhiannon wrinkled her forehead. Like boring, she said. No, we're going shopping, I said. Mum's taking us to Green Glades. Rhiannon's mum drove us there in her big Range Rover. Rhiannon and I knelt up at the back and made faces at people in the cars behind. I bet you wish you had a big car like our Range Rover, said Rhiannon. It's lovely, but actually my dad's van is just as big, I said. Yeah, but that's just a transit van, said Rhiannon. They obviously didn't compare, so I kept my mouth shut. I was starting to feel a bit sick. I hadn't realised Green Glades was so far away. I wriggled round in my seat and stared straight ahead. My jeans were starting to be a bit too small for me. They pressed uncomfortably into my tummy. I closed my eyes, praying that I wasn't going to disgrace myself. Hey, don't go to sleep on me, Floss, said Rhiannon. No, leave her be, darling, said Rhiannon's mother. She looks as if she could do with a good sleep. She's looking so peaky, poor lamb. I know her dad is doing his best, but I bet he doesn't get her to bed on time. I wanted to argue, but I knew if I sat up and opened my mouth, I would actually start spouting vomit. I stayed still as a statue, eyes shut, tummy clenched, sweat trickling down my inside of my shirt, with the effort of keeping my breakfast in place. Seemingly, many years later, we got to Green Glades and parked the car. I rushed to the nearest ladies, and when the cubicle door shut away from Rhiannon and her mum, I threw off as silently as possible. Oh, darling, you do look weak and feeble, Rhiannon's mother cooed when I staggered out. You haven't been sick, have you? No, I said emphatically, because she'd only start on about my dad's chip butties. I suddenly so wanted my mum, who would know exactly how to deal with Rhiannon's mother. I hated being the poor, sad, sickly girl, especially when I was feeling so poor and sad and sickly. I wanted to talk to her on the phone. Dad was going to phone her tonight to tell her that he thought I should go to Australia. My stomach started churning again. I wanted my mum, but wanted Dad too. I couldn't bear the thought of leaving him. He'd said the heavies would move in. I didn't really know what a heavy was. I pictured an army of huge red-faced, prickly-headed guys, all of them punching my poor dad and then kicking him out of our cafe with their big heavy boots as if he was a bag of rubbish. I saw him sitting in the gutter, crawling inside his cardboard box. I had to run right back to the ladies' loo and throw up all over again. I didn't even have anything to be sick with anymore. It was just horrible bile stuff. I couldn't fool Rhiannon and her mother this time. I suffered a lecture about suitable diet for the next half an hour, though I told them truthfully, I simply had a small bowl of cornflakes for my breakfast. Margot had the most amazing mango and pineapple smoothies for her breakfast. We made them ourselves. It was so cool, said Rhiannon. When were you having breakfast with Margot? I said. When she had this sleepover, Rhiannon said airily. I was stunned. I had been so scared of upsetting Rhiannon by having Susan over tea, and yet here she was, casually telling me that she had actually stayed the night at Margot's. What? Said Rhiannon, seeing my expression. Oh, Floss, lighten up, it's okay. You don't have to be, jealous. She actually laughed at me. I'm not jealous. Don't worry, dear. You're still Rhiannon's special friend, said Rhiannon's mum. She didn't say that best friend. special made me sound embarrassing and needy, the poor little sado you had to be nice to because you felt sorry for her. I felt my cheeks burning. I didn't want Rhiannon as my friend anymore, best or special. I wished I'd made real friends with Susan. I was stuck with Rhiannon and her mother. We went up and down every single arcade and walkway of the Green Glade shopping centre. I'd have liked it if I was there with my mum. We look at things together and try on different stuff and strike mad poses like fashion models and tell each other we looked drop dead gorgeous. Rhiannon and her mother took their shopping seriously. They tried on outfit after outfit, reciting the design labels as if they were like magic charms. You must try on anything you fancy too, Floss, said Rhiannon's mum. I'm determined to treat you, darling. We can't have you wandering about like a sad little scarecrow. She bought me new white socks. She wanted to buy me new shoes too, but I said that my trainers had been a special birthday present for my mum, and I wanted to wear them all the time. They're starting to look a bit shabby already, dear, said Rhiannon's mum, but she didn't press it. She did press me to choose some new clothes. She didn't say anything despairingly about my jeans and t-shirt, but she shook her head and sighed. So it was plain that she thought what she thought of them. I didn't want her to buy me anything. I didn't even want the socks, though I needed them badly, but there was no way I could keep saying no without seeming rude and ungrateful. I tried picking out the cheapest top and jeans I could find on the bargain rails so that they would cost as little as possible, but this didn't please Rhiannon or her mother. Oh God, Floss, you can't possibly like that tacky old t-shirt. It looks like something off a market stall, said Rhiannon. And those jeans, I wouldn't be seen dead in them. Look at the cut of the leg. They are like so old-fashioned. You're not really into fashion, are you, dear, said Rhiannon's mother. Don't worry, Rhiannon's been a bit forward. She could suss out a designer label when she was still in her buggy. We'll help you, darling. You don't need to dress in those little girly-whirly togs just because you're so small. We'll find you an outfit with a big oomph. I didn't know what an oomph was. I didn't much like the sound of it. I was right to be wary. Rhiannon went rushing round and collecting armfuls of clothes, including a denim outfit studded with rhinestones with matching cap. Oh, darling, that's so cute. Hey, pick one out for Floss in a smaller size. I'm sure she'll look wonderful in it. Rhiannon looked sort of wonderful in the tiny tight skirt and the little studded bomber jacket and the sparkly skimpy vest that showed her tummy. She slipped the cap on at the jaunty angle and struck a pose as if a million cameras were flashing. I didn't look at all wonderful. The little skirt looked weird way up my spindly legs, and I hardly dared move in it in case my knickers showed. The bomber jacket hung on me oddly, and the vest looked as if it had shrunk in the wash. The cap wouldn't stay on unless I clamped it down hard over my curls. You look so sweet, Floss, said Rhiannon's mother, tugging the cap and twitching the jacket. There, that's the ticket. You and Rhiannon look like sisters. We have to buy it for you. No, please, it's very kind of you, but it's much too expensive, I protested, truthfully enough. The price of each outfit would have clothed an entire orphanage of children from head to toe in ordinary non-designer denim. Besides, I hated the whole outfit, only I couldn't really say so when Rhiannon and her mum thought it so wonderful. I let them buy it for me. I said thank you over and over again. Rhiannon and I wore our brand new outfits there and then. Rhiannon swished and strutted around in the shopping centre, and nearly everyone turned and smiled and stared at her. They stared and smiled at me too, but they also raised their eyebrows. It was like they had thought bubbles over their heads. They thought, what a beautiful child, when they looked at Rhiannon. They thought, what a sad little weirdo, when they looked at me. I hoped we were dumb. We weren't. We went in heaps more shops before we went for lunch in the Green Glade Grotto. It had been grass-green velvet chairs on fake grass carpet and rocks instead of walls, with real trickly waterfalls. Rhiannon's mother ordered Rhiannon and me a Green Glade super special drink, lemonade and lime juice with slices of real lime and little green flowers cut out of cucumber and tiny green umbrellas. You can eat the lime and the cucumber, but not the umbrella, said Rhiannon's mother, as if I was Tiger's age. Now, what would you like to eat, dear? I know you love your chips, and they do very nice French fries here, but I think Rhiannon and I will be having a Green Glade super special salad. Would you like to try one too? So I tried one. It came on the green glass plate, patterned like lettuce. The food was prettily set out in a flower with the strawberries in the centre, pink grapefruit petals and rocket leaves. There, you're really enjoying it, aren't you? Said Rhiannon's mother, as if she was introducing me to a concept of salad for the first time. It's delicious, I said, as Leah's the lettuce. What's up with you? Said Rhiannon, kicking me under the table. I didn't really know. If I'd been spending the day with my best friend Rhiannon last month, being treated to new clothes and lovely meals, I'd have been over the moon, the stars, orbiting in outer space. But now I wanted to be anywhere else. I wanted to be in Australia with Mum and Steve and Tiger. I wanted to be back home in the cafe with Dad and Billy the Chip and old Ron and Miss Davis. I wanted to be playing on my swing with Susan. Oh, Susan. I looked at Rhiannon and realised I really didn't like her anymore. What? Said Rhiannon, tipping her cap at her at an even acuter angle. My rose quartz bracelet slid prettily up and down my arm. What are you looking at me like that? Honestly, Floss, you are so moody at times. Now, Rhiannon, said Rhiannon's mum. What did I say about being kind to Flossie? Imagine how you'd feel if I went off and left you. My mum didn't leave me. She's coming back in 6 months, just over 5 months, and I feel fine. I've got my dad, I said. Yes, dear, said Rhiannon's mother, but the expression on her face made it obvious she didn't believe a word of it. Rhiannon yawned and picked up a magazine. Oh, wow, look, it's Purple, she said. Purple what? I said. Purple, they're just the coolest boy band ever, especially Danny. He's fantastic, said Rhiannon, kissing her fingertip and pressing it to Danny's pouty photo mouth. I bet Margot likes him, I said. She's only got tickets for their latest tour. Her dad's taken her. She can choose a friend to come to, and she said she wants me to come instead of Judy. Can't Flossie come too? Said Rhiannon's mother. Floss isn't so cool bands like Purple. She's never heard of them, said Rhiannon. Hey, can we go to HMV, Mum? Can I get their latest album, please? What sort of music do you like, Flossie? Said Rhiannon's mother. I shrugged. I liked all the golden oldies Dad played on the fan radio, and we sang them together. Dad often sang the women's songs, making his voice very high-pitched, putting in lots of oohs and coos. I sang the guy parts in a deep growl. We could rarely reach the end of any song because we kept cracking up laughing. Rhiannon would certainly crack up laughing if I said crazy little thing called Love and Stand By Your Man and Dancing Queen, so I just kept shrugging, like I was doing shoulder exercises. Rhiannon, you should tell Flossie all about these boy bands, said Rhiannon's mum. Don't worry, Floss, we'll take you in hand. I felt I was growing smaller and smaller and smaller, and they were scrunching me up in their hands. I don't want to be turned into a replica of Rhiannon. Now, dear, what would you like to do most of all, said Rhiannon's mother. Go home, I longed to say, but I knew that would sound very rude indeed, especially as she was trying to be so kind to me. So I said I'd like to go to HMV too, and Rhiannon smiled at me and went, yay! We spent the rest of the afternoon at Green Place doing Rhiannon things. I was good at suggesting all the right places. We went to heaps more clothes shops and spent at a special scent shop spraying on samples until we reeked, and then we spent hours trying all the testers on Boots' makeup counters. All the time I played a game in my head choosing the places that Susan and I might like. We both want to spend ages in the bookshop, and we'd maybe like the art shop too, and perhaps Susan wouldn't laugh if I wanted to go to the Bear Factory. We wouldn't necessarily have to spend any money. We could have fun choosing our best books and our favourite set of colouring crayons, and we could each decide on our factory bear and name it and choose different outfits for it. I could list our choice of books and crayons and little bear clothes, and Susan could count them all up in her head. And we'd wander off to the swankiest restaurant and pretend to choose a special meal in celebration. But before we ordered, Susan would say, I don't know, this is all sounds totally delicious, but do you know what I really fancy? And I'd say, yes, I think there's only one possible choice. And then we both laugh and shout, chip butties! But Susan wouldn't ever want to come back to the cafe with me to have chip butties because I'd betrayed her. Dad was being thrown out the cafe anyway, and he wouldn't be able to make us special chip butties. I couldn't stop the tears welling in my eyes. I kept my head bent and blinked hard, but Rhiannon still saw. She edged up very close so that her mother wouldn't hear. Baby, she hissed in my ear. I sniffed and tried to stop crying, and it didn't work. Oh, Floss, don't cry, said Rhiannon's mother. Come here, you poor little thing. She put her arms around me and gave me a powdery hug. She used the same perfume as my mum. I cried harder. Oh dear, maybe we better take you home now, she said. I was still a bit sniffly when we got back. I rubbed my eyes hard and straightened my stupid cap. Then, thank you very much indeed for the lovely day out, I said as politely as I could. And thank you for the green meal and the socks and the fantastic outfit too. You're very welcome, dear. I just wish I'd let me do more for you. We drew up outside the cafe. Rhiannon's mum looked at the Harley's cafe sign and sighed. I think I'll come in and have a little word with Dad, she said. Oh no, please, don't, please. He'll be too busy serving all his customers, I said quickly, though I knew there'd only be Billy the Chip, old Ron and Miss Davis sitting there stirring their tea at separate tables. Oh well, said Rhiannon's mum doubtfully. Bye, Rhiannon, I said, climbing out of the car. Rhiannon waved her arm. The rose quartz bracelet slid up underneath the sleeve of her denim jacket. My bracelet, I said, and then I stopped. Oh, Rhiannon, give poor little Floss her birthday bracelet back, said Rhiannon's mother. No, it's all right, I'd like her to have it, I said. But we gave it to you, said Rhiannon's mother, sounding faintly irritated. You've given me much too much. Rhiannon can keep it now. She's lost the other bracelet I gave her. Which bracelet? Rhiannon's mother asked. I didn't know you gave Rhiannon a bracelet. Some old thready thing, said Rhiannon. Are you sure I can keep the rose quartz bracelet? Yes, I said. I didn't want it anymore. I didn't even care that Rhiannon obviously hadn't liked my friendship bracelet, even though it had taken me hours to make it, and I'd chosen Rhiannon's favourite colours, pink and purple and blue, and fastened it with a little silver heart. There was no point having a friendship bracelet if you didn't want to be friends anymore. And that is the end of chapter 12, guys. So next time we come back, we'll be on chapter 13 and page 173. Thank you so much for listening, guys. Until the next time, goodbye.